finally got a nice day here in Virginia. The weather's finally broke, and I thought it would be a good day to see if we can't work on this door shell. This is the door from Project FastTimes. In previous videos, we went ahead and we've obviously removed the door skin. There was a few damage areas that we did find while removing the door skin that we went in and repaired that. And so now it is ready for the next step. So right here is a close-up view of our door shell. Like I said, we've repaired some of the damage already that we found. Even worked on this corner a little bit with the torch. Went ahead and ground down some of the sharp edges along the shell itself. Figured it may save us a band-aid or two once we get to actually putting the skin on. We've actually come in here and reworked this metal here with a hammer and dolly. We've got this area looking good. If you remember, due to the worn hinges, this part of the door had been hitting the striker and was pretty beat up.
Guess what I got?
What do you got?
Got Sally's antifreeze.
Oh my God. Motorcraft, get this stuff out of here. So that's a spoiler alert on an up and coming project here in the garage. It's all to do with Miss Sammy and a vehicle that she has purchased with her own money. And I told her we'd do a little video series and everything on it. Stay tuned for that. Now, there's several ways to prep this for primer. You can use basically cleaner and good old-fashioned sandpaper. You can use a spot blaster. Come in here and blast the rust itself. And that's what we've done in certain areas. And then there's all kinds of these abrasive wheels that you can use on with the die grinder. All that works well. Now, this particular door shell is in pretty good shape. Tell you what, you could get by with just roughing it up, getting some of the surface rust off of it, cleaning it, and then just coming in here like with a rust encapsulator paint, putting that on it, and you'd be good to go. You know, the factory did very minimum on this, but you guys know how I am. We're going to go ahead and take it all the way down to metal, and then we'll bring it back up with some epoxy primer. Be better than factory. So they said at the store that that's the heaviest 100 pounds you'll ever lift, and I think they're right. Right here's a look at the sand that we'll be sandblasting our door shells with, and it's just a product that I buy at my local rent-all, and it comes in those 100-pound bags. If memory serves me right, it's about 10 bucks a bag. It does have silica in it, so it's not the best thing to use. But when we use it, we will be wearing a fresh air system. It does do a really good job at profiling the metal for epoxy. Puts about an 80 grit finish on the metal, which is really good. And like I said, it's cheap enough that you can afford to blast it and not have to reclaim it. So guys, I'm just getting everything ready, getting everything set up to do some blasting. I'm going to have you sitting back here because I don't want all that sand on my camera. I don't want to take a chance in messing the camera up. But I did just do a test run and it stopped up within just a few seconds. You can see right here, this is my nozzle. And it looks like I've got a wasp that decided to take a dive through the nozzle. You know, I should have blew that thing out before I even hooked it up. It's been sitting down here in this building for some time. And the last time that I did some blasting, the one that I borrowed from my buddy, it stopped up the first time too, and I actually got a dead mouse out of it, and it took me forever to get that thing working. But hopefully this is all it is for this time. So you can see what a chore that is. I just went through one bag. I'm about 30% done. I think we'll have enough sand. And I'm gonna let the compressor cool down, let the fresh air pump cool down. I was hoping to wear this hood, but I just couldn't get it to fit over my ear protection. And I'd rather have the ear protection versus the hood because my face is totally sealed with that fresh air system. And the nozzle is pretty small on this thing. I could probably up the nozzle. It's kind of slow. I believe it'd make the job go a little quicker. But so far it's doing pretty good now that we got the bugs worked out of it. Give you a look at the progress so far. As you can see, about right at half done. Turning out pretty good. Here's a look at it. We've got it blasted, we've got it cleaned. It's on the paint rack. I've got these halogen lights on it just for basically the heat. It's kind of cold today. I'm going to be shooting with the LPH-80 and I'm going to be trying something new. I got 3M PPS cups there that we're going to be trying out, and we'll see how we like them. So I am beat. I forgot how hard these things were to paint, and I tell you, just do the best you can with it. I've got about 3 or 4 ounces of paint left over, and the plan for that is I'll put a lid on it over there. I'll let the epoxy thicken up a little bit. I'll give this about a day or two, and then I'll put it down on a set of sawhorses, and then I'll come in here with a brush and I'll get some of these areas that I just couldn't get with the spray gun. You just can't get all of the inside of this brace with the gun, and that's what I've had to do. Also, how about those PPS cups? I love them. I've used the DeVilbiss D-cup system before, which I like that as well. I really like these 3M cups. The only thing that I'll do different, there's a strainer inside of this lid, and you can see a tab there that you could pull that out with, and I'll go ahead and remove that. I think as I got into it a little bit that the gun was actually starving for paint, and it was kind of messing me up on my spraying. But you know, when you're applying this epoxy, sometimes I may wait an hour between coats. I like to let it build slowly. And one thing about this epoxy from SPI, you don't have to be in a hurry with it. It's really good stuff. And they come with new lids. Just reuse your same cup. And also the liner. It takes some getting used to. Right here's the thinner that I've got left over, very little. So we'll be using these with the LPH-80 for sure. The only thing that I wish on the LPH-80, when you're cleaning the gun, I like to have somewhere I could just hang it with a hook and go with that. So this door shell was the last piece of the puzzle before I could actually skin this door using a reproduction door skin. Also, Miss Sammy has bought her own project car, and there'll be more to come on that. So it's not going to be an involved project, not like we've got here with the Camaros, but it will be a fun little video series. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you like the content, be sure to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And be sure to check out one of these other videos.